Live. All right. Shalom, shalom. You know, this is GMS Oklahoma. Basically, doing getting into it. Another video, another episode. We indoors. And we just go ahead and get it started like we usually do. Giving all praises to
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, the honor to Apostle Elder, a great millstone. I was going to say breakdown. Great millstone. Must I take to the brothers, teach the word for the hopeful election and be elect most high will to the hopeful extend like Shalom blessing. Getting right into it, man. We usually title our videos been lately, so hopefully it's edifying. It's gonna be called Jacob's Trouble, a nightmare you can't awake from, and it's high alert to get right or get left, man. We're gonna go into some scriptures, regarding the topic, see where the spirit leads us. What else? Is that it? Yeah. So, basic one, start off with Jacob's Trouble.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas.
And, y'all watch the comment board, brother, pop up, make sure we see it, especially if it's elder, apostle, elder, whatever. We'll check when periodically for those. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
Yeah, none is like it, and it hasn't been. It's going to say that. So we know that it wasn't talking about back then. I mean, Jacob grew up, right? And Esau pursued him. He died, and Jacob is Israel, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans as a whole, but foremost the elect that we always speak about. So, it says never has been before. That means it's this time. This is prophetic, and we're living in the last days. So go ahead.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
Yeah, Jacob's trouble when talking about Esau pursuing. What I'm saying? Talking about. Go ahead.
But and then of course that was written way after Jacob our forefather Jacob walked on the earth. So that's talking, like you said, about this prophetic event that's going to take place.
Well, and that's like good. Yeah, like that scripture says, Esau's in the world, Jacob's the beginning they have to follow. That happened. Yep. So it's a lot of prophetic things that people don't understand. Our people don't understand. It has to come to pass. It hasn't come to pass. It's soon to come to pass. And a lot of our people have given up because they don't know about prophecy. They don't observe things, the times, measure the time diligently. They going into more like, well, maybe they talking about a God coming, his son coming back. I don't see any skies being cracked. I don't see any and they gonna juice it up to where they making the world feel better. With AI, with advancements, projects, make America great again. Promising and hoping for the hope of the people would be in a better case. So you got a lot of YouTubers, TikTokers. They got videos and they got nice homes and they got nice families. That don't mean nothing, man.
And it's heavy because, like you said before, they look for signs. That's what Yahweh Shai said. Adulterous generation seek out a sign. But that's why the scriptures say that. What's that? First Corinthians, the 5th chapter. He said that the day it cometh upon them as a thief in the night. So that's because they looking. They don't see the sign that's been given unto them.
They're not watching.
So they not seeing that this place is deploying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They seeing it on the news every day. The signs.
But they're hoping for it better. They're hoping that it could be demolished and something else will come in better. You know, and like you said, you know, they don't read signs, but it says you're gonna get the sign of Jonas, prophets.
Yes, prophecy.
And Most High shows signs in the heavens.
Yep.
So the blood moon is coming. It's gonna happen on it's supposed to happen
Right.
like the 23rd or something like that. So you know, those are kind of events: eclipse, earthquakes, divers. It says in the Bible.
Yeah.
You know, the famine of the word, all those kind of things. You know,
They want to see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he shall be saved out of it,
meaning the elect, because you know the 2/3. Hey, you know, come on, man. You seen the condition of our people, the behavior of our people. Ain't no way the Most High could call them into a chariot. I speak as a man and saying that because of what the scriptures say, not because of my heart. You got a lot of people want to save their family, save Esau. They're gonna be destroyed with them because they're worried about the carnal things and the dead, pretty much. You know, those people are asleep. Those people that don't want to wake up, you know how you got to go to work and then somebody shake you, wake up, and you miss your whole shift. Well, you're going to get fired and you're going to tell your boss, well, you know, if somebody said I tried to wake him up, he didn't wake up. You like, that means you don't want to go. You don't want to be awakened up. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody would wake up, like, especially if somebody yelling at you. It says, lift up, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, show Jacob Jacob his sins and transgression. So you kind of like yelling to wake him up. That if he don't wake up, that means he don't want to wake up. Let me sleep. Little folding of the hands of man should come to poverty. You know, so we're not sleeping, man. We're watching day and night. You know, we got one eye open.
And you know, that always it goes back to, you know, how you like the Lord said, you know, they perceive not. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when they see not, so you know, at this point, all the calamities that's going on in the earth, like Jake should have had some type of perception of what time we in at this point, you know, and what he should be striving towards to survive, man.
Yeah, you talking about because of the videos, or
no? Just
because of what he should see.
Just seeing like all the brothers pulling up, you know, pulling videos and calamities going in the earth. Trump basically doing things that's gonna basically dismantle the system that's set up for so-called peace in the earth is being challenged right now. So we know that, of course, first, you know, the famine of the word has to happen, but that's give Jake enough mindset to know that, you know, we almost out of time, you know, to be prepared spiritually for this event, because we can't prepare physically in a sense of where we can protect ourselves from what Esau got. He got all types of weapons and all types of ways to get Jake to fold. So you gotta right now get that faith rooted in you, so when it comes, you know, you don't get shaken.
Yeah, that's why they call it foundation, man. This is being built on a sure foundation. It says build on a sure foundation, not what they say, stony ground. You know, build it, you know, where it's solid, where you grow into that. Yeah. Where your spirit basically is ready. It you know, flesh has no choice but to, you know, the mind be bound by the spirit of, you know, but when it's come from Yahweh Shai, you're gonna know how to move and what to do. Get that one that says, where for them that sleep, I mean, they you know.
And you know, that's heavy because, you know, like in the world, right? You know, they say like when a tornado comes, strong storm comes, or tornado, it's a brick house.
Yeah,
it's gonna stand.
Yeah, that's the.
So that, you know, that spiritually, you know, the house of David is built up of what stone, with the elected that those lively stones, and who's the foundation of that house? Yahweh Shai. Well, that's what he said. Built that house being built up on that rock. You know, so and we got the rest of the stone, which is the elect. Yeah. So when the storm comes,
the chief cornerstone, with the rest of the
so when the storm comes, they not gonna be
that's where
like
they,
scripture say.
yeah, that's where they get the little pigs from the Bible. Yeah. One built their house with wood, the other straw, the other with brick. Yeah. And the ones that built their house with straw and wood was blown down by the wolf, but the wolf couldn't blow down the brick house
because he took the necessary precautions to take cover, and Jake not doing that. Yeah. In the spirit, he ain't taking cover when, like Jan was saying, the tornado coming over here, and when you see that, Jake gonna get under something, man. And since Jake not seeing the calamity right off the back in his area, Jake ain't in his spirit taking cover from the storm coming.
And it's because it's narrated by the so-called white man. It's that one-eyed devil we talk about the TV. They're gonna follow what Esau said. And Esau said go to the Superdome or whatever. They're gonna go there, and it's gonna be like Hurricane Katrina, where people are dying in there. Nobody knows what loved ones can't look for their family. They're underwater, what have you. So Esau can bring those catastrophes to Jake, narrate the reality, the action of the people, and have them do what he wants them to do. When you see those, what do you call those, scare tactics and they pranks, say the end of the world, they be grabbing cereal boxes like nothing to do with survival shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know what to do. They just grabbing shit. The dog, a whole live dog is over there that been little Scruffy been saving their live asses for decades and shit, and he get left and shit. So their mind is chaotic. That's how they gonna be, man. So we're gonna go into this and meaning Jacob's trouble, a nightmare you can't, because usually when you're scared in your dreams or something scare you, wake up and be like, oh, I'm glad it was a nightmare. Well, you can go to sleep in Jacob's trouble, wake up and still be in that situation. I dreamed about a lion. I was chased by a lion. Well, he's still out there. Because the Most High said the beast shall change their state and be in places that you wouldn't think they are.
And it's going to be newly created beasts.
Yeah, newly created.
And it's going to be all types of apparitions where people are seeing stuff. Yeah. And the Lord's going to make it to where, if your perception isn't inclined with, understanding, the trial is for us to see that we have mercy. We got a chance for mercy, an opportunity to be saved. The Lord is going to allow the calamity to be in your vision, man. Yeah. Your visions and your eyesight. So you might see somebody in the street dude freaking out, but we don't see what he's seeing because our perception is more inclined with the Lord. And it starts, like we always say with the name. It said the name of the Lord is a strong tower.
He that
His name, man.
Yeah, finish that. He that runs to it is safe. So everybody's gonna be looking for a safe spot, a safe haven. Oh, what's your lit up house, a house with food, some friends or something like that. It ain't gonna be none of that. Go ahead, what you got? They showed you that in the end of what is that? Leave the world behind. They used to be friends, but he's like, no, I gotta protect my own family. Go ahead.
This is the scripture you want to put in the next scripture. This 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 5. You are the children of light.
That's the children of the Most High. Starting with the elect. Go ahead.
And the children of the day. Yeah. We are not of the night, nor of darkness.
And metaphorically, too, when it gets night, things get creepy and shit. You know what I'm saying? People, you start hearing a lot of more commotion. You know what I'm saying? You start thieves break in at night. They don't break in, and then if they do break in the day, people be like, damn, he bold as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of sneaky shit that goes on at night. So, go ahead. Like they said, I was shy. That's why I said he's gonna come as a thief in the night. When you either sleep, or you're comfortable. That's when you get in your bed and get comfortable. And then you like, what the hell? You don't know if somebody's in your house or not because you didn't watch. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep.
Yeah, sleep, man. You can sleep while you're still awake. I mean, like a living. It's talking about sleep in the spirit. Like you're not, like Bon was saying, you're not inclined in the spirit to be awake
still in the matrix.
Yeah, you know, still in the matrix. But I'm glad you mentioned that because in the matrix they say you don't know the real world from the dream world. Well, basically it's gonna be like you can't escape from the dream world. This nightmare. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna become a nightmare. Like those people that live good, Esau is suffering. The ones, Esau that been living good all his life, he's divorced. When have you ever seen a really incline of Edomites being divorced? So a lot of these women have no protection. Jake is done. The women, they you know, it ain't no more shopping. It's no more spending and money from benefits from the government or from these common Jakes. They start to be like, nah, fuck hell, I ain't spending my money. I don't even know this fee is, you know. So they're not Most High dividing stuff up. Go ahead.
As do others.
Yeah, sleep as do others. Go ahead.
But let us watch and be sober.
Yeah, because also they sleeping is somebody drunk is kind of relatable to somebody that sleep because they're not focused and everything is dreamy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Missy Elliott had a song called when one of her songs she was like through a vodka glass or through a liquor glass, she said, "Don't my poster look like a Holly Berry picture?" You know, because you get late at night and you drunk, a woman can start looking good, and then you wake up. The reality is you went to sleep, you forgot, you didn't lay down with it, and then you wake up to it like, oh shit, I didn't effed up, man. I thought I was at home in my bed, and I'm waking up to this, whoever it is, you know. So your reality is gonna be based on where your mind is, which is Jake. He ain't gonna be inclined to know what to do and who to trust. Go ahead.
This verse 7, for they that sleep in the night.
Yeah.
And they that be drunken.
See, sleeping is like into just a spirit. I didn't even know sleeping is like into drunkenness.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Or like, Jake got a saying, a fine woman and stuff, and Jake she's not really popular or been talked about. And then Jake said, yeah, I was sleeping on her, man. She's pretty. She got talent on her. Then you be like, damn, how did I miss that? Because you wasn't inclined with that world, keeping up with things.
Yeah, how to perceive what's valuable and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't think that there's no value in, the prophet's warning,
mm-hmm.
And coming down to it, ultimately, the prophets, we're here basically to, but reshape perception, because we don't think like the rest of the world. Starting with the elders and apostles on down, we don't see everything the same way that this earth does.
Yeah. We're how do they say it? We're on the inside looking out, or vice versa. Whatever they say, we're the opposite. We're on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
It's one or the other. We're not all in the same room, in the same vision, in the same dream. Go ahead.
And they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
Yeah, they drunken in the night, man. And like I said, when you could be a burning house, and if a man is drunk, a woman is drunk, you can't wake them up. Leave me alone. The house is on fire. Leave me alone. Next thing you know, he's wake up, limbs gone like a mug.
That's what we telling Jake. Like
this is a burning house.
Yeah, kind of. We warning them that America's going to be destroyed, and Jake, he's still trying to establish his own righteousness here. Through Esau's system, and it's only going to get him put to death, man.
That's why it says like it's going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah, and rain brimstone on it. As an example, and then people didn't want to wake up. Them people were actually proud as hell. It says in the scripture they show they sin that Sodom and hide it not, and that's the American way. Be proud about who you are, for the women, trust no nigga, hell with that, get your money, get your bag, be proud of being a black woman, be proud of, make it through all this time without a nigga. Same thing for men. You know, be proud of it. You know, you stayed out of jail and you doing good. You got good you know, good what do you call it? You know, good success. You got a good business, man. Fuck these niggas. You doing it. You on top. Man, they gonna be subjected to the nightmare too. Because when the cars fall, all the cars fall. One car fall, all of them. Like that card house, you just touch that money, they all falling down. That's how the system gonna do.
Yep, and that's why doing your best for this ministry is all that matters, because that's what it's gonna count as work in that day. Everything else is in vain. So this is what we need to survive. And Jake, you know, he hasn't really seen how important the ministry is, man. That's the only way that we're able to show our works to Yahweh Shema Shai, not the earth. You know, we have a perception to understand these videos are being recorded as work in the heavens. It's not just like us just doing YouTube videos, man. It's bigger than that.
And you have to be in the spirit to know that. Otherwise, you're gonna take it like, oh, easy, because everybody's doing videos. Everybody got podcasts. Everybody got to say something about the MOTB. Everybody saying stuff about the Israelites.
Yeah, about time. Late.
Yeah, and they're still not gonna have it in the right definition. They're still gonna go off. And you be like, and we all of a sudden be like, who are these people? Like all of a sudden they asking questions about the Bible and stuff. They were never into the Bible. You know? You know, most High set it up like that for a stumbling block. And it's the end of the world. Go ahead.
This verse 8, but let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love.
Yeah, that's what's going to, the faith is the evidence of things unseen. I don't want to butcher it. It says that it's the evidence of things unseen. Yeah, the hope.
12, Hebrews chapter 12.
Evidence of things hoped for.
Yeah, you got most of
like 11, chapter 11.
I wanted to quote it, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like, I get it. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't want to say nothing before I butcher it, but I wanted to, because I know it.
Yeah, God.
But go ahead, man.
It's Hebrews chapter 11 and 1. It said, now faith is the substance of things.
That's what I meant. I left out. If I would have got the substance right, I would have remembered the whole thing. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. And of course, the evidence of things unseen. You know, the water, brother. Contribution. Yeah, but you know, something you're like, it just slips your mind. I should have known that. But yeah, faith is the substance of things hoped for, because we hope for a substance. I mean, that is the substance. We hope that we called out of this thing, you know, exempt from judgment. We hope Yahweh Shai come back. Apostle Hart names everything the hopeful, you know, along with Gabar, you know, Khan Ramla, everything hope, like, you know, the hopeful elect, the hopeful year of, the hopeful. So yeah, we hoping like a mud. You go to prison, you're gonna be hoping like a mud you get out. You know?
And what brings that hope is, like I said, faith and love. That love, you know, is the correction that we receive, you know, through the doctrine and the order, you know, on you know, how we grew in the truth. You know?
Yeah. You're right, because it gotta start somewhere. You gotta be born into the truth, and everybody takes on the same effects of being born. Like every baby, they gotta suck the breast from the milk. You can't go past. You can't miss your baby steps. You know. You know, you can't miss. If you just try to go like eat raw meat. I mean, not raw meat, but straight meat and things for an adult. Right when you get into the truth, you ain't taking the right steps. And a lot of these camp leaders of these other groups have done that. They like, yeah, I know what it's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And they wing it like a mud. They don't grow under the you know, the parenthood of spiritual parenthood of this truth, which started with One West. No, go ahead.
And you know, like what he said Friday, you gotta cry for you walk.
Yeah.
You know, it's you gotta it's growth. You gotta. That's why Apostle Peter he said grow in knowledge. You know, because and then you gotta. It don't just come like that. You gotta. It gotta be doing. You gotta be doing. You gotta be studying.
Yeah.
You just can't. It ain't that growth ain't just gonna come just by you not doing nothing.
Well,
you gotta study. You gotta read.
Yeah.
You know,
and things have to happen to you so you can apply the scripture.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can't just you experience. You can't just read and be like, I'm cool. Yeah. You gotta go to your job next day, and then somebody gotta argue with you, and you be like, yeah, I was just reading that scripture. Yeah. This is the time to apply it, you know, because you do something wrong at the job, customer manager, like, oh, y'all going into slavery? What?
Yeah.
He don't understand that shit,
and that's how you gain perception. How you perceive an experience. That's how you grow in your faith.
Yeah. That's why I say in the scriptures, what is it, Job 5th chapter, despise not the chastening of the Lord, because the Lord, it sucked. Yeah, come on, we know it sucked when the Lord put you through that fire. Yeah. But when you understand why, the deeper understanding why, you like okay, because it makes you the Lord. He either put you through the fire to make you stronger or to get you to get out the truth.
You know, so and to mention that, to follow you up with that a little bit, the patience got to be there because you got to wait to see what this is about. Yeah. You know, like why is Most High got me in this situation? Why am I at this raggedy ass job? I'm better than this. Yep. Most High wants you to learn from that. You gotta learn from everything, and if you learn from it, he'll move you on to something else, you know.
And in the end, he getting us prepared for what's to come, man. Because it's gonna get crazy out here, man. And if you ain't used to suffering, man, you done. You gonna fail the test, man. You gonna take the MOTB because you're not used to. Because that's why a lot of the scriptures even go into that, fasting is key as well, because we're finna come into a time where food and those resources that ain't gonna be available, so, fasting is key, and the Lord, and so when that time comes, the Lord might you might go a day or 2 or 3 days, hell, it might be a week. And just, not be dramatic, but hey, the Lord might do this, but you've been already conditioning yourself, for that,
you become immune to the pain, and not to be suckered, not to be pushed over, not to be like, you just drooped out, but to kind of understand, like, damn, all right, this is how it goes. This is because Most High said he ain't gonna put no thing against you that's not common to man. So you be like, shit, somebody already been through this. Apostles have set a great example of being out there on the highways and byways. Go ahead.
And just to add what y'all was saying too, the Lord is basically giving us this mindset to prepare us, to be able to sustain ourselves in a way when we do get tested like that. But he also lets us know that even through that, if you have, like it says, and for a helmet, the hope of salvation, you got your mind, constructed in hope through studying, through, really perceiving what the brothers are saying. You're going to eat anyways. You're going to eat and you're going to drink. That's what he said. But it's the ones you serve. So that's a big part of it. The servitude of the brotherhood is how, you're going to be able to, you're not going to be worried like everybody else. That's why he said, don't even think about the hour. Don't think about what you're going to do. He's already got all that covered.
The key word you just said, servant. That's why he said, my servant shall eat.
Right. Who was his servant?
Yeah. Servant's the prophet. So
and you know what? Like you said, because that's that paycheck. That's that paycheck. Like
that's that finally coming through. First time you get You be like, it's a little bit, you're like, all right, I'm saying, then it's another, and then, you know, next thing you know, you getting paid on a regular, and then you getting increases and stuff.
Man, that's it. That's it. Like, damn, now you got a whole planet that you didn't, you know. Hey, Lord Cole, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, those are the steps of the journey of the natural and then the spiritual, the formation of the suffering and then the reward of the suffering. Go ahead,
and just like y'all saying, you know, doing that, all those things, you know, and also doing in the physical, that fasting, man, is a big thing too, because it clears your mind for you to see really how much you really don't need nothing. You know, that's why I said perfectly and tired want nothing.
That see, and I'm glad you said that. We'll get back to the scriptures, but Jake has been looking, like we said, Jake is, when you see Jake and his lifestyle is usually based on the similitude of what he sees on YouTube and sees in these videos and shit. I remember I was like, damn, when I wanted to be a rapper and all that, I was like looking at their house and looking at their women and all that. I was like, man, I'm gonna try to be that. And then you find out like these niggas are still sold out and you know, and they poor, they really broken shit. You know what I'm saying? It was all a prop and all that. You like, man, they feel like they didn't set you up, let you down. So like you said, all these carnal things, you start looking around like, damn, what's really valuable is this knowledge, what I'm understanding.
And you know, I get the spirit got us on that fasting thing. When you fasting, you're in the angelic, you know, like an angelic, you like it, you know, angelic mind state.
That's all the prophets got prophecies after they fasted.
That's how you get those. You get those mysteries. You know, you might be fasting, you might be reading, and the Lord he'll reveal things to you. You know, and you might be at work and you fasting, and then you know still just you'll get a revelation. Man, that's what that is. That's what they're talking about. You know?
Well, that's why Esau got fast food instead of fasting.
Yeah.
Breakfast is when you break your fast. But Jake, you don't even know what breakfast means. You know? So all this stuff has been, changed around, re-orchestrated, re-narrated. Go ahead.
And just like Zaquan was saying with the topic, about how people gonna wish they could get out of this nightmare, man. They ain't gonna find a way out. Man. This is Revelation 9 verse 6. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it.
Yeah, because if the way out of death in your dreams is to be back here in reality. Yeah. Like, I'm glad I woke up from that. It was a bear chasing me and shit.
I got a precept.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
It just says,
and not find it. They shall seek death and not find it. Go ahead.
And desire to die. And death shall flee from them.
Yeah, even if you try to commit suicide, jump off a building, shit, you broken limbs, but you still alive. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that to happen, man. Jake be on the deathbed, like, please take me out. They be like trying to, have him on a two and what do you call that? He's like, nah, his spirit is saying, I'm ready to go.
Yep, and
back to the life, back to the life woman. Said, Lord, whatever you want from me, whatever you need, because she was in between the world of here and the spirit world. She says the spirit world is more beautiful. Like it's almost like, damn, I'm held captive in this flesh. I'm not able to, So go ahead. So it's gonna become both a trap to you. Because you don't want to meet the Most High because your spirit ain't right, and you don't want to really, you can't escape from your nightmare that's coming here.
And that's why we're suffering through part of that nightmare right now. He said he made, bringing many sons unto glory, and making our suffering, our consolation, our salvation perfect through sufferings. So that's why I said in Job, through the 6 troubles that shall befall thee. You're supposed to be going through shit right now. So when the final trouble comes, Jacob's trouble comes, you already done went through the majority of what you needed to learn through troubles. you know, and then you become exempt from judgment at the wall. You know, you have that mark of exemption from judgment. And once you get to that point,
and it could be a long way. Like we said, Jake ain't ready for apparitions and certain newly created creatures. If your spirit is far from there, you don't even think that's gonna happen. You missing out on the training process. Most High wants you to. That's why he said everybody seeing crazy stuff on YouTube and TikTok. They gonna be like, damn. People head being beheaded, falling into a trash compactor, getting attacked by animals and all that. They be like, damn. That's the kind of stuff that you may see in Jacob's Trouble. Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
that's that Freddy Krueger thing when you don't know if you will sleep or they say don't fall asleep because if you do, Freddy come. Well, when they fall asleep, they be watching TV and they kind of how you kind of like doze off, but you ain't really gone to sleep for like 8 hours. You just doze off. Freddy's in your dreams. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a movie, comparison, but the movies are real, man. That's why we said we're in a movie. We're in a movie, man, and the movie is gonna become more real than you ever thought it was. All that stuff that you see with ICE, that's in the TV. That's all over there in another country. It's coming to America, and it has. Go ahead.
Yeah, what they doing over there in Minnesota is it's about to be everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, they raiding people's homes. They're going on rooftops. You imagine somebody hit some boots on top of your roof like that. And there ain't no like one man thief that you could take out like this nigga tripping.
It's
a militia. Go ahead.
It's Edomite. He said they was pulling fire alarms in certain facilities to try to get everybody to come out and arrest people like that too.
I'm glad you said that because in the military they practice tactics like that. Military tactics, to where they'll beat on the wall and make you go that way because you following the sound. You start to stay away from the sound. But the silent room is where they capture you.
And that kind of stuff, Esau mentioned it. And the one thing he got a problem with is the law to press the fire law with no fire. How about all the other shit they do? The fuck? Like,
but those are the sounds of that. Remember, it said the uncertain sound. Those are the sounds of the alarm that lets you know it's gonna like when it get chaotic. You're gonna hear ambulances, fire trucks, and people yelling and screaming and militias and tanks and bombs and what have you. Go ahead. So it's gonna be crazy, man.
Amos 5 and 18 it says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord."
Yeah, because they've been taught that it's nice, people passing out flowers. Like that's what our people want to join these churches because they always having fun and events and all that. Easter, Christmas, and everything is about love, love, love. But no, really the day of the Lord is here to say. Go ahead.
It says, "To what end is it for you?"
What end is it for you? Go ahead.
The day of the Lord is darkness.
It's darkness. That's something they haven't learned in the churches. A lot of our people think, it's a great day of the Lord. Just because it's sunny, that don't mean nothing. Sunny doesn't change the chaotic times. Go ahead.
And not light.
And not light, man. Go ahead. And Most High is going to take the light of the prophets away from y'all, man. It says that they're going to know a prophet been among them. Like, where's the light? There's no. We don't see the prophets on the street no more. We're starting to be beautiful gems to America. You know what I'm saying? But when we're heading, America gonna get cold and dark and all that. Go ahead.
It says, as if a man did flee
because they
from a lion.
So like, but they can't explain it. Like when people pass us, they blow their horns because they see the beauty. And then when they find out what we're talking about, they be like, oh, okay. Kind of like, but they see the beautiful formation and they see, they like the garments and us, and they think, our studious countenance makes them feel like we doing it, which it is a great job, that the prophets are doing, but they don't understand that we're prophesying the doom of America. We're prophesying the doom of these times. Where the prophets are doomed, they at least understand perfectly. It's these people that don't. Go ahead.
As if a man did flee from a lion.
You little lion, you running from a fort, and we said that's symbolic too.
Yep.
But you could picture yourself in a physical analogy too. You fleeing from a real lion in the forest, and then you finally get away, catch your breath, and the lion is gone. You hear him roaring in the distance, and he didn't stop chasing you. Go ahead.
And a bear met him.
And the bear met you. Like, damn. This is another something I got. Then you run from the bear, catch your breath, run from the bear, and it's about to say, go ahead.
Or went into the house.
And you went into the house.
And leaned his hand on the wall.
And you leaned your hand on the wall because you thought, man, you catch your breath. Finally escaped, man. That was terrible, man. They're gone now. The lion and the bear. Go ahead.
And a serpent bit him.
And the serpent bit him. I'm glad that scripture brought up about the serpent, because we'll go to that real quick.
So that's pretty much basically saying there's no escape.
There's no escape. And that serpent, it says, go to that scripture, flee sin as from the face of a serpent. Because if you go back to Eve, she should have fled the serpent. Because she knew it was sin. Sin is transgression of the law. So she said, I'm doing wrong. I got to confirm with Adam. I got to confirm with my people. This serpent is lying to me. Flee from. So it's going to be a lot of serpents out here. And you know what? Esau is going to be the main serpent. You know what he's going to do? Bite Jake with that sea hip, man. Because that sea hip is a piercing. You know what I'm saying? It's like the serpent bites you. This ain't no breakdown. It's an analogy. Mm-hmm. Like a serpent bit you, and it says, like we said, that sea hip, it says there should be a sore, a grievous sore. You look up that word sore in the blue letter, it's related to pus, discharge. So that's what snakes do. When a serpent bites you, it creates a discharge from that poison being in your system. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Because your body's trying to get it out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And a lot of times there's some snakes out there. When they bite you, it's over. You can't get you know what I'm saying? You can't get it out. Mm-hmm. So that's what's happening. Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verse 1. Point is in 2. My son, as thou sin, do so no more.
So that means if you sin, that don't mean that you got the MOTB, right? Because he said sin no more. Don't do it no more. Mm-hmm. So if that was the case, he would have had the MOTB, because those that take the MOTB, ain't no turning back for them. But here you can be forgiven for your sins and do no more.
The Lord ain't gonna say, have you taken the MOTB? If you have, but take it out, don't do it again. Then he gonna say that.
Yeah.
He said, if you take it, it's over, man.
Yeah.
So there ain't no way that the MOTB is sin. That don't make no sense.
Yeah. Like he said to that woman, he said, where's thine accusers? Because that was a sin that she did, don't you? Whether she did it or not, but it was stated from them that she did it, caught in the very act, brought into Yahweh Shai. He said, what do you think of this law concerning Moses? Because adultery is supposed to be put to death. So he said, him to cast first stone, them to cast first stone, the man has said they couldn't find no accusations to stone her because the conviction of their own heart. He said, well, lady, if they were thine accusers, I don't see them. Neither do I accuse you. Sin no more. So that means what? She had the MOTB, and now she was forgiven for it.
And that was basically symbolic for the elect.
Mm-hmm.
That we committed spiritual adultery against the Lord, us as a whole of Israel, but we didn't get put to death for it. And he gave us time. Abaratazah, we are the elect, to redeem, to reconcile with the Heavenly Father through His Son.
Yeah, because one thing too, Israel used to be all together, right? We used to keep tabs, like you know what I'm saying? And we used to tell, you know how Jake keeps secrets now? That's why it says, what does it say, open rebuke is better than secret love. A lot of Jakes used to keep secrets among the ones that they favored or love. They said, and then they told, hey, you can't be doing that. Well, I committed adultery. Well, I supposed to tell Moses, the Levites, but I'm gonna let it go. But don't do that no more. So they put in their own heart and their hands to forgive when they were supposed to, you know, take it to the congregation. Yeah. So a lot of that was going on. So, you know, now Yahweh Shai is teaching, well, you can't keep tabs on everybody's mind like that and go into the psychology, you know, of the mental state of a man. You don't know where he's at in his life. Sometimes he could be like, and then some might be wrong with him. So you gotta fix him according to the law and tell him and train him in that way to where now if he goes off, he definitely that kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? Because you could do a lot of things and be like, you could cuss yourself out. Like, what the hell was I thinking? Why did I do that? Paul said, he said, the things I would do, I do not. And the things I do not, I do. So there's a law and warrant in his members. So, you know, if you're not fighting that old man and trying to get right all the time, you're going to lose. You're going to lose the battle, you know. And sometimes you do have sinners that where they don't even fight. They just be like, I'm that nigga, man. I don't give a damn. I'm out there. And those are the kind that we don't look for. You know, the fish that we don't try to fry. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But ask pardon for thy former sins.
Yeah. But ask pardon for thy former sins. Like, yeah, man, that was yesterday. I'm a new man today. You know, as they say, they kill the old man daily. You know, I'm starting over, man. You know, you might be drunk in the past and was drinking a lot. You be like, man, I'm better. You got people that have been drunk, what do you call it, alcoholics, drug abusers, and they clean, man. So what are you gonna say? They still drug abusers? You know what I'm saying? That's how Jake is, though. He'll call somebody a crackhead for the rest of their life, and they've been 20 years sober. He don't give them that slate of forgiveness, you know? Like, nah, this is a new man. So he could be an example to everybody else, right? They still calling them crackheads, but so he, you know, that's evilness, man. You know? If a man does right and go away from his sins and won the battle of certain addictions, overcome certain things, you give a man that credit, like, man, you came out of that shit, man. You know? But Jake is all about that fame and following, you know. You could have these celebrities do all kind of wicked ass shit. No, man, she's a beautiful woman, or he be on his stuff, man. These niggas be doing drugs and sniffing and laying with men and all that kind of BS nature. They kill them a clean slate every day.
That's that free Barabbas spirit.
Yeah, that's what that is, man. That's some demons. See, that Most High got to get rid of those type of people, man. And females, man. And children, if you will. Go ahead.
And that's why the scripture said in Isaiah, and he's going to do that.
Yeah.
And it's going to start in the climax of Jacob's trouble. Lord, for the start. What is that? Isaiah, what's that? The first chapter?
The beast
said,
made spirits for vengeance.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I was thinking that Isaiah he said, I will purely purge thy dross from off thee. That the dross is the 2/3.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, y'all gonna be done away with. You're unalive down here.
Yeah. Because dross means to kind of, I think in another type of definition, I could say it means to, like, if you have silver and you put it, you know, the dross is what, I mean, if you have fake gold and fake silver, the dross makes it look real. It preserves kind of the metals, but it's not really the real actual gold. It's not really actual silver. So that's how Jake lived his life. Like, all this stuff, money he making and bragging about, he paying bills with. He giving to women. You know, he's running out of. But he'll still make himself look like he's cool, man. You ain't cool, man. It ain't nothing cool about what's going on in the world. World War III, you know, Trump changing laws, ICE is out there, you know. It ain't nothing cool about that. you being caught in prison and you got, you know, a great number of 20 years, yeah, man, you know, shit, I don't give a damn. You waking up to men all your rest of your life and you don't give a damn, you get the hell. I want to see a women in my life. Brothers, you know, and a couple of women, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be waking up to niggas dirty jaws every day and you know, a lot of them are sodomites and shit. Hell no, man. Go ahead.
Verse 2, flee from sin as from the face of a serpent.
Yeah, flee from sin as in the face of a serpent. So Eve, what did Eve would do? It says, lest thou be any of you, I would have it not be, I'm paraphrasing, like Eve who got beguiled by the serpent, you know. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. Flee from this serpent that's about to bite you with the sea hip, that's about to bite you with all these methods of joining the system. You know, having you, and, you know, they know how to lure Jake in. You know, they got the prizes out there. They got the gifts out there. Like it says, the gift destroyed the heart. Oh, we're gonna have better programs. They might even change the narrative of the MAGA system. Like, I thought America, man, fuck America. Hey, America got benefits. We're gonna change that. We're gonna reform the MAGA project, and it's gonna be for Negroes too, and Latinos too. You know, there's some bait stuff going on to where they gonna be like, oh yeah, man, it's gonna be a setup, man. This world of America wasn't made for us. It's the nightmare. When they brought us over in ships, Jake should have kept that spirit all the way through, man. Like, you know, gonna get beat tomorrow. I'm trying my best to pick that cotton, and I'm still gonna get beat. Something's going on. I'm heading toward the wilderness. What time you want to meet again? We all meet at sundown. Yeah, I'm with that. But some days, you know, they got one iron. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the slave master's crib. He let me sleep in the outback, in his backyard. I ain't gonna be able to make it, man. Still getting his ass whooped tomorrow. You know anything about this escape boy? No, I don't know nothing. I heard you knew about it. He couldn't get whipped. Then he continued to stay with him. No, I'm going with the congregation. Shit. Go ahead.
This verse.
But that's what I was just mentioning that because that's they're going with the way of the world. They're going with this American freedom. They're gonna reintroduce freedom and liberty in a different kind of way. Best believe. It ain't gonna be that old freedom and liberty. It's gonna be a new a new world order type of freedom and liberty. You know, you can have your freedom and liberty. We won't bother you at all, as long as you take the seat. That means we can track you. Hey, the cops won't bother you. A couple of drones, but they're in the air. You don't have to worry about no physical contact with police officers busting through your window and arresting you with these handcuffs. It's just gonna be what do they call it? Escorted by drones. What's the problem? And it's for your protection too. So go ahead.
But if thou comest too near, it will bite thee.
It will. If you come too near it, it bites you. And they really been doing, like, when these black women talk about the Hebrew Israelites, yeah, that's why I left. And you know, we're moving towards digital era, brother. What are we gonna do? Like, I got family, I got children to feed, so I want a man that's gonna be at least with a little stability. I'm not saying sell out, but at least stability. That's a commercial, man. Like the brother was saying, I think Malcolm or they said those are advertisements. That's how they starting to promote the beast system. You know? And their heart is taken by it already. Eve's heart was already taken by the serpent. She got to talking and she like, man, that do make sense, you know. Adam, you know, we can live as gods, and you know, and because you don't have to be called a god to live like a god, right? Yeah. You could just be called. I'll call you the Adamites. You're the sons of God. Well, I want entitlement, Lord. I want people to know that I'm a God and prince. Well, I'll give you the name Israel. All right, but people are disrespecting Israel, Lord. I don't know. We're not getting that credit as gods and sons of God. And like, what do you want the Lord to do? Put a stamp on your head and shit, saying you are the princes of power all day? No, man. It's like we already are, and that's what Eve didn't see. Like, we could be gods. We could be. Your woman don't see that. You'd be like, we cool. Hey, we taking care of bills. We got a couple cars. You know what I'm saying? Got decent jobs. No, but we need to get out of this 3-bedroom apartment. Or, you know what I'm saying? We need to travel the world. You know, these women act like you're missing out when you aren't able to take them across the world, man. Then when they go across the world, what you gonna see? They got vacation spots, tourist spots, right? What's outside the tourist spots? Poor people. They don't want to see that. They just want to go straight to the good parts because they don't want to see the shame of poverty over there. They don't want to feel convicted like, damn, it's a little kid starving over here, and I got a whole entree of food and the most expensive food and shit. Well, you're gonna see reality because you know why? Them Dubai people, they shitting on you. The other nations, they starting to hate America, so they say, "Oh, you're from America? We're not gonna serve you." The beast shall hate the whore. They're not gonna get the same treatment. So then you're gonna try to find some good ground over here in America. There's no good ground over here because you ain't got no men. And then you search for your sisterhood. That's breaking apart because the sisters are finding out they didn't need a man. Then you go to the so-called white man. He's high time prejudice and racism. Like, we don't want no black people. So all your chips are falling, man. All your foundation is gone. It's just you and your mind, the plague of your heart. It's just you and you. Go ahead.
The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion.
Yeah, teeth of a lion. You know how the lion, you ain't never felt it, but best believe, you know how them lions be dragging them beasts and taking them up a tree. They gotta be some powerful teeth, man. It talks about the teeth of the young lion of these Edomites are their military might, and they got planes that'll whip your ass with artillery and shit, man. During the Black Wall Street, they was bombing Jake. They wasn't coming out with handguns. They were bombing Jake, man. You know, they bombed the churches. Remember the 4 little girls that y'all know that was back then? They bombed the churches. You know, like Esau will go back to that, man. He'll bomb us again, man. The drones, they're gonna be shooting your ass and shit. They show these drones like they just hovering. Now they're gonna put some fiery artillery in it. Flying handguns, flying machine guns. Go ahead.
Slaying the souls of men.
Slaying the souls of men.
Yeah, and basically what that's going with that serpent, he says, flee from sin as from the face of the serpent, because it'll bite you. Basically, it's gonna kill you. That's going into what? That's because sin, the wages of sin is death.
Yeah.
You know, you sin, it'll knock you off, man. You know, yeah, that's basically that serpent is a dark metaphor for sin. Because we that's why we die. That's why we perish.
Well, that's what it says. Transgression is sin is transgression of the law. Yeah. And it says, what did it say? By death of the envy of the devil, death entered into the world. You know, and you sin by the things that the devil, you know, brings to you. Like that's what happened to Job. It said, son of God, Satan came along with him to tempt Job. You know, Satan's our tempter. How do you say tempter? Whatever. You know.
Just checking to see if you have some comments.
He'll come and say, yeah, I bet I can get him with this. I bet he'll fold with this. You know, I'll give him a court situation. I'll give him a jail situation. I bet he fold. Or I bring a fine ass woman to him. I bet he fold. That's the devil, how he moves. It's part of his strength that he uses against, especially the woman. That's how we fallen in the first place. Going back to Eve, flee faith, flee sin as the face of the serpent. She was out of order with Adam, but she not only that, she seduced Adam to you know, because what did he do? He blamed it on a woman. He's like, this woman that you got for me, pretty much, she's the one that got me to do this, you know. But what did Eve do at the beginning? She blamed the devil. But now she's blaming the man too. Like, she's blaming Satan. She's alone, man. She's blaming everybody out. She just want to be left alone. But you can't. You need, man, you need a foundation. You need TikTok. You need YouTube. You need podcast. Whatever. You need resources. So she's gonna find out the hard way, man. Yeah. I'm out here really needing a husband out here. And for a lot of them, it's too late because their mind is already set, you know? You know, their mind is already set to go against the men. So we're bringing it in the congregation of men, the flock of my pasture of men, and the holiness of the temple, which is the saints, starts with men. And that's how we having this foundation, not interrupted by what a woman wants to do and say, you know? So
Yeah. I was just watching, Los Angeles camp. I don't know. I hate that I don't know the elder's name, but I know one of them was Elder Elder Michael Oliver, and the other two that he normally do sit down with.
Oh yeah, Don Yala.
Okay, yeah, Don Yala, and there was the other one. I guess that Don Yala is the one that the heads, the one that he speaks.
Yeah.
Like he's over them, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, they was going into the the title was giving out thy strength unto the woman. And they was going into that, and you know, they was spitting heat, man. Because you know, it was they was saying like if you don't know how to be balance yourself when it comes to dealing with women, you shouldn't even deal with women at all. You know what I'm saying? Because a woman, man, the Lord, when women was created, these women, the way that they made up, their beauty, it's just everything about them can, you know, okay, slide.
Go ahead.
But yeah, a woman, they like, I think there was, it was Don Yala. Yeah, he said, "Hey man, ain't none of us exempt from that, you know." Yeah, because you even the elect, you know. But we know if you are the elect, can't nothing take you out of the truth. But that don't mean you can. Hey, a woman can. Hey, that woman, they can get a hold of you, and if she doing all the right things, and you know, and she beautiful, hey, you gotta have this. Like the elder said, you gotta have that spirit on. You gotta have the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah with you, that strength. Cause not, you gonna fall, man. You gonna, cause you know we get man, ain't no woman getting me like this. Shit. You go look at King David.
The greats.
They all feel
Solomon, Adam.
You know, they all feel about that woman, man.
That's why Jezebel wasn't able to slay a lot of prophets. They were taken by her ways. And those kind of women like Jezebel, you know how our people in a low state, so they like the Jezebels of the earth, and they like this harlot America. So it's all wrapped up, going around back to the same old thing, you know. Every president that's representative of America got a wife. You know what I'm saying? It don't even look right if they just, you know, go into there. Because that looks like the true foundation of what a royalty, you know, looks like. Have your whole family, like wife and kids. You look like a stronger man. Hey, you got his stuff together. But we're in a state of captivity, so we got to deal with what we have right now. You know what I'm saying? But soon we're gonna get that back. Like the apostle keeps saying, Jacob's trouble. I mean, you know, Isaiah 4:1 gonna take place on this side too. You know what I'm saying? Watch. And it's starting to show through these videos, like more women are saying, man, I just don't get it. I just don't know what to do. They're gonna find out like, hey, yeah, I think I just gotta pray and get right. And you know, some of these Hebrew men, they might be right. They just might have a point. They're starting to just, You know?
Yeah, because you gotta understand, like, the things that's going on in the world, even those of us that's outside this circle of ours, they know some strange shit is going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they know I be seeing on comic boards, and when I be watching the news,
mm-hmm.
Different events, I'll segue to the comic board,
mm-hmm.
and they be like, man, they see it.
Yeah.
They don't fully know what's going on, but they know like something ain't right. Exactly. And these women, they are delicate. Mm-hmm. They the weaker vessel, so they like, and they starting to seek that gradually starting to seek that that strength, that hedge, that security.
Yeah.
And they feel like, okay, because as the scripture say, it's gonna be known that this is what's going on is via a higher power, and they gonna see they seeing because the Lord, like He said in what's that Psalms 37, He said, I will bring forth thy brightness as the light, or bring forth thy judgment as the noonday, something like roughly paraphrase. So we've been the Lord is putting us on the forefront. That's why we be out there on the highways and the hedges. We out there in the open. Hey, because we're seen. Because it's gonna come a time where, matter of fact, Yahweh Shai, that parable, he's what's that in the book of Luke? I have eaten and drunk with you, and you have spoken. We was in your presence. You have spoken in our streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna come a time where they've been seeing us all this time, and then I'm like, damn. I wonder if they are being protected. I wonder if they know what's going on. I wonder if they got the resources. So these women, they gon' man, that's why Apostle Gabar said, man, so we really ain't got to be really just out here chasing on women. Because the time coming, bro.
Isaiah, what is that? Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom shall be displayed at times.
Yeah.
Like, this is not the reality. The reality, that's why it says it's easy to paraphrase and trust a friend when he got stuff. Take away that thing from a man and see how he treats you. Mm-hmm. Like I said, when your adversary comes, he'll be leaving you. So, adversary being adversarial times or whatever. So I'm glad you said that, because it is a caption of when the women use the post. A lot of times they said a woman with a little weight on her is barely kidnapped, or she's not likely to be kidnapped. Yeah, it's faster than. But if you got a famine situation, all that weight in your muscles you got Clarissa Shields. She's a boxer without no food and no proper water and nutrition. She gonna look like the rest of these women in a few weeks. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying, that this is not the reality. Take all that away and see how somebody acts. See where they are in their life. See how they think. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Most High, like we said, He got us in a low condition. So we get used to this. Because if you did this to Jake, or Jake was in a low condition, oh man, I can't have this, man. I only got like $5 in my pocket. I'm gonna go crazy.
Like you said, Zaquan, it ain't always about the outward appearance, about muscle. Because what it says in Zephaniah, the strong man shall
become as women.
And then so what the Spirit is showing us, it's a mental thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You gotta have a strong mind.
Exactly.
I don't know the hell with your strong muscles. Mm-hmm. They're strong. You gotta have a strong mind. Yep. That's what's gonna get the elect through this terrible time, man. They're gonna have conditioned to have that strong mind. Yeah.
And we're gonna get back to the scriptures, but that's how they do in jail. They muscle these dudes. You know what I'm saying? But it's really fear that captivate them. Because if they had a mind of scheme, they're gonna be like, they'll get like some of their homies and be like, nah, we're gonna take a couple of these big niggas out, let them know we don't play. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no muscle bullying in here. They'll take them out. Yeah. So Most High is gonna. That's what He did. He gonna take the mighty down. It says the mighty man should become like women. They said I raised Pharaoh up in that same way just to take him down when they saw him as a mighty army and all that. Same thing with America. Same thing with this system. They be like, man, that system is strong. I don't know how America gonna fold. Well, Most High gonna make it fold.
That's why what he said, Jeremiah 30. He said when he's talking about Jacob Trouble, he said a man. Have you ever seen a man travail?
Yeah, like a woman
as a travailing woman.
Yeah.
You gonna be seeing grown, tough ass gangsters out here screaming.
And they already are. Like Ice.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, screaming.
Right. Is that grandma in there?
Because they ain't got a strong. They don't have that.
Uncle Louie.
Yeah, because they don't have a mind. That strong mind to endure what's coming, man. To handle what's coming. Yeah. That's why I said Malachi, what's that, the 3rd chapter? Who can abide the day of his coming? Yeah. These people ain't ready for that. These people is not ready for what's coming. The hearts of man shall fail for seeing the things that's coming on the earth.
And like we said, not only that, not only physicality, thing or touching, it's things that you hear.
Yeah.
It was this cop that went into a forest and he heard a monstrous sound. He turned right back around.
Oh yeah.
I ain't going in there.
I think there was an elder Hawaii out there.
Hawaii.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Is it South Carolina?
No, that's the boy. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
I know. Elder Monapazaba is South Carolina.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's Carolina. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Elder Hawaii. But he said he had put up this video of this I guess he was an Edomite, but he was in a dark driving on the highway, and this creature
I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, got hopped on the back of his car.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know, and he's screaming on the radio because he called a 911. And you know how they hear it on the radio, not whatever, you know what I mean. But he was saying that it's not human. It's not human. He was scared. So that's a shadow of things to come, man. You know, because the scripture going to Isaiah, hey, I would bring them their delusions, bring their fears upon them. Hey, you see these scary movies?
Heart, man.
Creatures and have you seen? Remember that movie? Y'all remember that movie? It Follows. That horror movie. But basically, in the movie, whatever you fear, whatever you was scared of, it might be they'll hunt you. They'll see it. While everybody else in the room with their friends, they don't see it, but you see it. And you screaming and yelling, and they like, man, you know. But that's coming into reality, man. Well, that's what we finna see.
They say the dogs are like that too. Like they smell fear, so you know they'll start to bite you if you flinch or something.
Yeah, right.
This is Isaiah chapter 19.
Jake's is scared of dogs because their teeth. And the Most High said, "I made the teeth of the beast to tear." Dog will rip a hole in your jeans, man. Sideways, you like, damn, I'm off. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women. And that Egypt is talking about today in America. You know, just spiritually Sodom and Egypt. As it says in Revelation 11, verse 8. This, you know, and Esau, Edom, so-called white man, is the new Pharaoh. You know, and you know, in that day, it's like basically, you know, it can go into sodomites, but also just weaker vessels. Period. Like a man is not going to be able to protect himself in that day. You know, without spiritual power, it's not happening. It said in 1 Samuel, all men's strength shall prevail, or it won't prevail. So our strength alone you're not surviving in any aspect in Jacob's trouble. You're gonna need spiritual protection.
And and we mentioned like common Jakes, they don't know survival tactics.
Because it's nothing. If it's nothing like it, then how are you gonna survive that? How are you gonna survive that just on your own strength? It's not possible.
Oh, and see, like you said, Laquan, a lot of us, we don't know nothing about lighting a fire. And, that's why I said and what chapter is that? But he said that I will lead them on the path they know of not.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's that faith. Cause we don't know how we don't know what we gonna do. Exactly. But the Lord, he gonna give brothers, hey, you might think of something, you like, damn, and he just gonna give. Lord, it's gonna be some miracles.
Yeah.
Hey, a brother might not know something, but then all of a sudden he know how to gain a skill or something.
Yeah,
I don't know what,
or because you've done it before.
Yeah.
Too. In the past life too.
Yeah.
Like, Most High said he'll bring all things to your remembrance.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's why, it's got scripture that say, fear not thou worm, Jacob, I will help thee. So that's ways he gonna do it. Brothers is gonna have instant understanding on what to do.
Yep. That's second Ezra, the last chapter. He said, beloved, he said, hear and understand that the day of trouble is at hand. Mm-hmm. He said, but fear not, for I will be your God.
Yeah. So that means you gonna know what to do.
Mm-hmm. And some of us might have spiritual power. Right?
Yeah, too.
Yep.
Like even when Moses in the wilderness, he slew the rock and the water came out. You know what I'm saying? Children were complaining about, we don't have anything. Go ahead.
And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts.
And then, like we said too, the Most High, he puts things in your dreams, or he sent messages to your dreams, like Joseph. Like you can wake up and you go to sleep and like, damn, I'm hungry, and you just like, I'm just tired, exhausted. Go to sleep, wake up, and the river is like, you all of a sudden see some water. Like I don't remember that river being there. Like the Most High can do a lot of things like that too. To where things will work out in your favor, and it's gonna be like it's like almost like you're in between phases of dreams, but it's gonna be a reality. It's gonna be like, is that real? Like some Matrix shit. Is that real? What's real? He said your electrical, like you said, it's a mind state. Your electrical components in your brain makes it real. So a lot of times we're gonna like. In a time of a famine might not be hungry. Most High cut that off, of us being hungry, because a lot of people are gonna panic when that first day, like, or they feel like they ain't gonna be no food left. Like we said, they was already committing suicide when in the COVID and all that. Like, they're running out of food and stores are gonna be closed. How am I gonna eat? How am I gonna do this? And they kill themselves. Like, you should have waited long. We doing fine right after the COVID. You know what I'm saying? Not comfortable, but hey, people that survived it, go ahead.
Which he shaketh over it.
That's that destruction, that judgment. All right. And then like it said in that day, Egypt shall be like unto a woman that complaining. You think people complaining now? But they shows you that that's a woman's trait. That's not a masculine trait. They complaining. That's why the Lord destroyed them. He acting like a woman. And it was a lot of men in the wilderness complaining too. That's what pissed them off.
Because there's that scripture that says that we complain continually, but that's different.
That's what I was just gonna say. A man, even just a common man, he expresses himself with logic. So it might seem like he's complaining, but he's trying to figure some stuff out. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm not with this. I can't have this. Like at a job,
We asking for righteousness. We asking for actual judgment to be executed.
Right. That's the
in the earth. That's the complaining. For judgment, for righteousness to be instilled in the earth. These people complaining because they believe the world owes them comfort. So they complain about, I want this and I want this, and it has nothing to do with actual righteousness being instilled in the earth. So that's the number one thing. Because it says, what is a man that he should complain for the punishment of his sin? Like these people in a sinful state, they wicked, they want wickedness to go on, but then they complain about something when it goes down. Well, they never thought about like this might be the Most High coming up on their ass finally.
They just say, like we said, like let it roll. Most High, let the missiles fly. Let the Jacob's trouble come, because we know we had that hope that we're gonna be saved out of it. We had that hope. So we just like we ain't trying to say one more day, Most High, before whatever state we in, we're gonna be ready. I feel personally as a man, I feel the hope for elect men out there, they're gonna be ready when this rolls down, man.
Yeah, and just like, Elder, I'll never forget, he said, Elder Yalom out there, he in Dallas now. He was at Hope, he was like, man, because he was going into the faith of the prophets. When you read about it, how they had a great faith, right? But it's not in the scriptures on how they had to build up, get their faith built up, and that was through. We don't read the scriptures and show how they went through this, they went through that, in order to get to that faith that they had, that perfect faith that they had. So that's what's going on again. We getting conditioned. So by the time that time comes, that faith, our faith should be, perfect.
And it's still gonna shake us up because we in the flesh.
Yeah.
Like when Daniel was taken to the lions den, it ain't like he just, hey, come on, lions.
Yeah.
He was like, man, I don't want to do this, man.
Or like when you see the three holy children thrown in that fire, they probably was, they had faith, that the Lord would deliver them, but they was like, if not, we gonna die in our faith, man. Because it's a whole nother thing. When
he was telling him, they basically tell him, if you don't, we still ain't gonna.
They knew that they were,
Yeah.
But Peter would go ahead.
No.
Peter was, he was King David, right? And we, understand that Peter denied the Lord 3 times. He didn't know he was gonna do that.
No.
And then when he walked on water for a little bit, he got troubled by the waters, and you know what I'm saying? Even them that was on the boat with Yahushua, he's like, man, hey, wake up. They was trying to wake Yahushua up like the ship is, it seems like the water is going to take over the ship. He's like, you man, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what's heavy? When Peter denied Yahushua 3 times, and Peter, he that's why he went and cried after that. He was like, man, I didn't. But he was moved to do that. And you know what? Because Yahushua, because if he didn't, he would have died with Yahushua. And then glory would have went, Yahushua wouldn't have got that glory on his own. That was for Yahushua to suffer by himself. Because he was that lamb that's unblemished. Yep. So it was meant for, see, a lot of these Christians, they don't see that. They don't look that deep. They don't know, they don't understand that Peter had to do that. Because if he didn't, he would have got crucified with Yahushua.
Exactly.
And that's not how it's supposed to be. Yahushua is supposed to get that glory.
That's why John the Baptist gave Yahushua the glory. He said, I'm not him. I'm the one that prepared the way for him. Like we saying the same thing. We ain't Yahushua. We just ushering this stuff in as messengers for Yahweh Yahushua.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Just like
so if we got spiritual power to do miracles, we gonna praise the Lord for that. We ain't gonna be like, come all to me. I'm the one that heals. I'm the one that
you see what I did? I did that.
Come on.
Giving all the praise. And all the credit to you. How about you, man?
And that's not gonna be the spirit and the mindset that brothers is gonna be in that time. Exactly. It's gonna be a miracle that one of these newly created beasts don't tear your ass in fucking shreds, man. That's gonna be a miracle. Being as legal as a stone in the fields, or the field with these things, man. It's gonna be some creatures out here that's so terrible looking, man. The Lord's gonna have to blow it up.
You have a beast that comes by, walks by you, look at you, and then keeps walking and attacks somebody else. You be like, Lord, I'm gonna give you the Lord. That's you. And that's all.
And you see, but that's that script, like you just called it. The beast shall be a league with thee. You're gonna have the Lord could have these creatures fighting for you.
Exactly.
See, man. Hey, well, you got examples in the scriptures.
Yeah, I got one of them.
Okay,
well, go with you.
No, go ahead. You got it.
Yeah,
that was
trying to stay on topic with it. Okay, man. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon 11:17, for thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form.
And that lets you know you don't fear, because it says, fear not them that kill the body, but fear him that kill the body and soul into hell. In the most high form, he made the heavens and the earth. Don't believe in the so-called white man's pseudoscience and his fucking analogies and his doctrine, what do you call it, philosophies and all that, man. Telling you that, man, there's a hell and all that. Telling you that, you know, God ain't real. You know, it's about the universe. It's about, and we know that exists energy in the universe, but it's about the Most High. He created the heavens and the earth. Go ahead.
Wanted not by means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions.
Yeah, and that's a small thing for Most High. Like, you know, and it's a great thing for a man to face a beast, right? But like you said, the animals supposed to be in league with us. We didn't fear the animals back then. They feared us.
Yep.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Just like remember I showed y'all that He-Man thing, the battle cat. He was like looking at, and he had to make him into a ferocious beast.
Yeah, and that's, you know, some Jake, you know, a lot of Jake that's coming to, you know, to learn about the prophets. Like, you know, they're not seeing, you know, the whole aspect of like they're gonna fear the prophets because those are gonna be the men who created the earth with Yahweh Shah, man. That's why they're gonna be at least like, oh, you made me, shit, I gotta tone down, and you know, So you know, that's to show you, you know, how much, because it talked about, like, you know, how I said, no, let no man take thy crown. Well, really, the only one that can do that is yourself. You know, because your perception is going to basically be ultimately how the Lord deals with you. You know, in that time, and you know, when you looking at whatever we looking at, you got to think in your mindset, Jake. We made that shit with the Lord, so we don't have to fear. It's our part of our creation, and this time is part of our creation too. You know, to make it out of it. Yeah. So we got to have that faith and know that, you know, this is the grand design of how Israel will be remembered forever, man. Yeah. So it's a blessing to get to be here, because a lot of people are not here, you know, to even go through it.
Remember, it says, "Ask the beast, and they shall teach thee." And remember, we talked about it. Jacob lost communication with stuff. He don't know how to communicate with his woman. You can actually talk to some of them beasts, man. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Get out of there.
Yeah, I know where all the deers are, man. I tell them lions and shit, like, I can get you a deer every day if you just let me live.
Or like Mike Tyson, how he got all the pigeons. Yeah, because you know they used to send messages through them, so you can, you know, do a lot of things with.
Exactly. You know that you might have a pit bull, you know, and you know Jake, you come up, you're like watch, the dog get the ground, doing all that aggressive stuff, all that. You're like watch, y'all remember that? The dog be watch. He say sick of it, that dog attack the shit out your ass. Hey, but that can happen in a time to come, bro. We tell one of them terrible creatures, you know, to get at you, you know.
So man.
But even Elisha did it with them 40 and 2 she bears. He sent them 2 she bears over there. They told them children up, man. So I'm telling you,
and the Most High said that too. He said he'll put it in our mouths what to say. He said, take no thought. So that's in a court situation. A court can be a beast into you, you know what I'm saying? Trying to tear you apart. And the Most High will give you a victorious mindset and what to say. So, you know, that's how the Most High works. He works with these elements, man. And you'll be amused and amazed by the things that he could do with them. You know, go ahead.
Or unknown wild beasts.
Unknown wild beasts, man. Like even Solomon thanked the Most High for, you know, how the beast, you know, the beast that's a ferocious beast. And then the calm, you know, the ones that not are the venomous snakes and not venomous. The one he knew the difference between those things. That takes knowledge, wisdom, understanding too. You can look up right now what spiders are poisonous. And then if you see that in the wilderness, you be like, hey, children, get away from that spider. That's poisonous, you know. But the Most High, he said that they should, what did it say? They should eat poison that day and live. So you probably could get bit by a poisonous spider or whatever and still be living. Most of you like, yeah, that sword is just going away. What the hell? It's gonna be that kind of stuff going on, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Full of rage.
Full of rage, man. Like you said, that pit bull, all you have to do is get him.
Yep.
And the rage is built up. And then when you get him, when they finally get the person, you can't really pull it because he listens to his commands, but he's just in that mode to where he's already on that man's ass. That hey, no, stop. And he's still on him. Because he's like, this is what I want. This is what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? We're good at these scenarios of dealing with these matters. We want to be perfect, but the Most High have our spirit in that day to handle all those things, man. The Most High will. So we're gonna make the wisest decisions and the best decisions for us, the brotherhood, and our families, and all that. So you know, we're gonna be like, no, well, is this sandwich good to eat? Got pork on? No. Bread still look good. You go ahead and eat it. You know, I said a perfectly wrapped sandwich. And go ahead.
Breathing out either newly created.
Oh, and the Most High, he you know, he might make us find that some wine bottles. You know, he know his servants like to drink sometimes. You know, and you know, sometimes you might, and that's another thing. You can fall asleep, you can drink, and Most High said, let them find a bottle of wine. I want to put them to sleep for a little bit. And then you wake up in somebody's house, and there'll be a pretty ass woman. You a couple of brothers in the room, like, what happened, brother? Yeah, it's woman. She let us in there. I'm like, damn. I was just laying out there in the grass and and the woods and all that. I was running from this one creature. I don't know what the hell it was. So I found this fresh bottle of wine and fell asleep. And now I'm waking up here. It's going to sound like a dream, like, you know.
Like the Lord can just remove you.
He could do, yeah.
He could just move you out of nowhere, like you just disappear, or you know, or reappear. You know, that's like that one brother. He had that one dream. The brother, one of the Jakes, took the MOTB that was with him, and he was like, wait. And he tried to talk to him down this alleyway, but they could see him, but the Jake that took the MOTB couldn't see them. And when the 12 you know, Esau's tried to scam to see if they had the MOTB, the two brothers, it said they had it, but they didn't. You know, but it was vice versa with the other Jake that was, you know, supposedly with him. And so the Lord can just make you invisible, man.
Oh man.
Where nobody can't see.
Yeah. And he has done that before in some brothers' scenarios about their life. You know, different similar scenarios, like, damn, man, this dude, he went right past me. He didn't even, you know, he was supposed to get me, but he went right past me.
He's doing that right now with us, with Amalek.
Yeah.
Because if Amalek because he understands reincarnation. If he was able to really see who he was, we would not be here, man.
Exactly.
They take every single one of us out.
Yeah. It's like looking through blurry glass, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I don't know. Could they be? You know, but he know we are in his spirit, but in his flesh, how he exercises things, he's battling with himself. Like,
because it said the fear of the Most High is not all in their thoughts. So they're definitely not going to fear us because we don't got nothing right now.
And doesn't it make sense? I just want to say this, and then we'll get back to the scripture. Doesn't it make sense that Most High wants everybody to know about the sea hill? Like they talking about it more. So when the person actually get it, they're gonna think about the scriptures. They're gonna think about the prophets. Like I think about this Bible. Like
especially if they get them boils.
So they're gonna purposely sin. They're gonna purposely be like, I know what this is, but I'm gonna still do it.
And then you got the ones that's gonna be deceived too. You know, but you are gonna have, like Saquon said, someone gonna willingly know what it is, and they're gonna take it, man.
And And the MOTB wasn't back then, but that mentality of taking the MOTB that was there, because there's no other thing under the sun. So the same way they accepted death and accepted things back then in the ancient world to go against the Most High, the same scenario that's going to play out this time. So it's going to be with the sea here. Go ahead.
Breathing out either a fiery vapor.
Yes, and you might see little Leviathans around this month. Just on land and shit.
Yeah, because the Lord ain't never made just one creature of anything. It's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So like when you see like movies like Godzilla, that's probably like a baby Leviathan compared to the real one. Like that thing ain't really that big.
Yeah. And they have said the sea, man, you know how big the ocean is? The waters, it's amazing, bro.
Yeah, they said that 90% of the ocean haven't even been discovered.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy how a big creature can live in our creatures. The big whale is a damn big ass, the killer whale and the big whale, the white whale and all that. I'm like, damn, they just be in there like they in a pool or something.
And just even if you were immortal and to go down there and the Lord make all the water clear for you to see everything, you probably still be frightened. Because it's just so much. Yeah, man. The Lord is
because
terrifying,
well, that's why it's order in the spirit
to be playing around
in the spirit world. You know what I'm saying? We fear the Most High even as an immortal being. Go ahead.
I had a dream like that. He opened me up to this water. It was all blue. I seen all. I was like trying to wake my ass up. I was like, I don't see all that shit yet. The Lord is scary, man. Yeah. He's got some stuff out there.
And think about it. Not Slocky. I mean, you know. No. But go ahead.
No, I wasn't just really saying that.
Yeah. You know, like you just be excited in the spirit, like when we cut brothers off.
No, not at all.
But you know, I was thinking about all those things. The natural disasters still gonna be there too. It's still gonna be earthquakes. Still gonna be mudslides, sinkholes. That's still gonna go on too. Hurricanes. One time in Jacob's trouble. So it ain't only the people, the beasts. It's these natural disasters, man, so to speak. And spiritual things happening, like you said. The wind is going, you might see a creature in the wind, like for a little bit of apparition. You think it's a wind or a hurricane coming. It's actually a damn monstrous type of creature. And he go ahead.
Yep, or filthy scent of scattered smoke. Or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. You know, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroy them. So there's gonna be some creatures where you look at it, you mess around and have a heart attack and die. Like that's how terrible and terrifying these creatures are gonna be, especially here in America, Babylon the Great, man. Because the Lord said He'll give them their own imaginations. There's a lot of movies and things that Jake has conjured up here in his mind to think that the Lord's not going to put that here, man. He's going to put that here, and it talked about the fowls of the heavens will be eating stuff off the ground, not the creatures. They just really going to be here torturing people and shit. That's why I said that you're gonna wish you was dead, because a lot of them's not gonna kill you. They just gonna torture the shit out of your ass. You know, I mean, you're gonna know it's Yahweh Shai authorizing that, and that's not something that ain't no Jake ready for, man. We're gonna need spiritual protection.
I'm glad you said that too, because the lion, it's a different kind of mind state when he's in the jungle or whatever. He's there survival, and he eats. He got to eat. But when it's all kind of chaotic stuff, he just wanted to protect himself. Like
and you even see the lions and stuff that sometimes when they catch their prey, they don't kill it. They'll just play with it. That's how they're gonna be out here, man.
And don't forget them fowls of the air. Them eagles are big as hell, man. They might be flying over and people just like, oh, that's just a bird. Nah, them eagles are big as hell. Them owls too. They come and swoop your ass and shit and attack you. They had a movie called The Birds, man. They attacked this white woman. It was all kind of birds flying over to eating her ass up, man. Like that's a horrific judgment. That's only birds. I don't know how many other creatures are around here. Spiders and what do they call them, lizards and Komodo dragons and them bats, you know, cats, rats, all that stuff, man. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 30. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words.
But that's what's going back to Egypt. That's what those, you would think those plagues like, frogs, but if it was frogs everywhere, it'd be horrifying. Where you can't even step. Lice, there's little bugs. Let lice be everywhere. You know, bed bugs, let them be everywhere. It'll be a nightmare we can't wait from, man. Go ahead.
And say unto them, the Lord, which Yahweh, shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. You know, and that starts with those men. You know, he's gonna command them, you know, to wreak havoc on this place, man. You know, wreak havoc on this place, man.
I love how the Most High put everything in a beautiful formation of how he thinks. Like he says, the seas are gonna roar. You know, nobody uses that language. Seas are gonna roar like a lion, like a, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's because the water is alive, man. Esau take everything for granted in this place. The resources, take the water, the air you breathe in, all those are you know, elements for your resources of being a human being. And Esau take that for granted, man. We thank the Most High for making water. Like, you know, we like, you know what I'm saying? You have problems in your apartment and water can't come on, you devastated.
Yep.
You're like, man, y'all need to take care of this shit, man. I need some water. Or the wintertime, when it's cold, you don't have no hot air blowing it through your vents. You're like, man, I'm about to freeze up in my own house. The house can't save you from freezing. It's cold everywhere. It even says, pray for your flight not to be in winter. You know how horrific it is in the cold and dark. You know, man, y'all better get with the program, man. Because when the shit hit, it's gonna be like we told you so. And when it hits, you're not gonna be ready because you're gonna be thinking like, man, that's far off, man. I mean, come on, maybe another 10 years. Nah, what about today, tomorrow, whatever? We know prophecy's got to come. You know what I'm saying? But that's the part. That's the part of prophecy. Go ahead.
He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth.
And then you might see chariots are horrifying the people as we speak right now on a common level. They don't even Jacob's trouble. Get them, they're aliens. We need to be fighting them. Call the government, call the police. They're aliens. Like, dude, the chariots, man. It's a problem. You know what I'm saying? We waiting for them. You know? But that's horrifying to people, man. The fact that what's happening with ICE, people are scared as hell. You know? They scared before they even come in. You know? And they should be more afraid because it's prophecy. It's all the Most High is doing, man. Go ahead.
Verse 31, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. For the Lord hath a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh.
Yeah, plead with all flesh. And yeah, when it's dealing with flesh, anything, that's why it talks about these bodies being our prison to us, chains of darkness, because we have no power in this flesh. So you got concentration camps out there, you got guillotine, you got private prisons. Imagine you just in somebody's house and you can't get out of it. They done locked all the doors and you gotta sit and eat with them, and unless you get your head cut off, you're like, man, I'm in prison, man. And it's not even in prison like the bars. It's like you in a so-called white person's house. You know, and they wake up and think breakfast like a regular family, but they got you in a cage, man. That's some crazy ass. The Most High said that's why he said all spirits are the Most High. All spirits belong to the Most High. So you gotta respect the Most High. Because you don't know what kind of spirit these people are gonna be in. You know, go ahead.
He will give them that are wicked to the sword.
Yeah.
Saith the Lord.
So a lot of our own people that are wicked gonna be for the sword, for these beasts, for these different scenarios are set up. Fall into a ditch, drown in a river, starve to death, taken by a militia. Nobody's gonna be checking nobody's whereabouts. They're gonna be like, whereabouts gonna be changed too. Let me call my cousin, man, see if he's still alive. What about all your family? See if they still alive. It's gonna be hell out there, man. A nightmare. When you wake up, have you ever woke up from a nightmare but you still in it? They have movies like that, I was attacked by spiders. And then you look out the window, it's cold and dark, and you see a spider here and there. You're like, wait a minute. And then next thing you know, there's spiders everywhere. You're like, it wasn't no dream, man. But you wake up and you like, damn, I had a dream about a lion attacked me, and then you look at your arm and it's all scratched, a big claw wound is out. You're like, oh shit, and you hear the lion growling and shit. You're like, oh man, this is really real. This ain't no joke, man. And all you fancy jakes that sold out and took the bag and live in high places, guess what? Your stuff is gonna come down too. What did he say? He said he gonna get all the crowd and heart.
Yep.
They freaking like they doing better than the average Jake, man. Niggers, these Negroes teaching and all on the streets. They don't have no jobs and all that. I'm just tired of this. They hate the so-called white man. I'm tired of it, honey. Why can't we just all get along and just be gracious about life? We are gracious about life. This is why we're gracious about life, because what the Most High able to do to your ass. He put us in slavery, man. Go ahead.
Verse 32, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation.
Yeah.
And a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth.
And we talked about sleeper cells right here in America. There are militias right here in America. There are Russian militias right here now in America. Man, go ahead.
That's them chariots, going from evil nation. When Yahushua come, it ain't gonna be just destruction. And them chariots they're gonna be destroying people in these other nations too. That's that evil and that great whirlwind.
That's why it says the curse that covereth the whole earth.
Yeah.
It's gonna be them chariots, and of course the fathership. Yahushua coming down that fathership, and then chariots around them go jacking shit up.
Those chariots are angels too, man. Because it's angels within them chariots, and them angels be stirring up people's spirits too. They stir up hurricanes and tornadoes and all that stuff. So you imagine if somebody just trip out, it could probably be a chariot right over there, man.
Yep.
Making them trip out, making them bug out. So the Most High's army is not only them chariots, it's the extension of all these creatures that works for him. His army is us. His army is the beast. His army is these other nations too. Go ahead.
Verse 33, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground.
Yeah. There's a temple being built, and any side out of sight of that temple shall be cut off. There's a spiritual house of David being built. Like we said, the ark is a representation of anybody outside that ark was drowned, destroyed. And that ark is a representation of now spiritual house of David, and also them chariots, or the chariot, which will be safe inside. Most High will.
And after that, it speaks in Ezekiel 39. One of the first things that they're gonna have to do is pick up all them dead bodies, man. Yeah. So the land be cleansed.
Yeah.
That's the law.
Yeah. Because and like the apostles always say, they're gonna try to fight us, but we gonna set rulership hard up on this place. Like we're gonna definitely let them know that what are you doing? We're the gods of the earth. What are you doing? Pound, pulverizing them and saying, build this, do this. I'm gonna have a list of demands, man. And carry that gold over there. If you drop it, one time your ass is gonna be sent back.
And the Lord's gonna make it where, the heathens, they're not gonna just be feeble. We kind of show the picture sometimes. They're not gonna be feeble, because it's to build a whole mortal kingdom. Your ass gonna need some strength. So trust me.
Yeah.
you're gonna use all the strength you got, especially E. You're gonna have this motherfucker. He probably gonna be a little bit in shape, building this shit. He gonna need to be. Well, you gonna be whooping his ass while he doing it.
Yeah,
he gonna be no feeble old
well,
looking man.
The brothers depicted both of those because we're gonna have all kinds of slaves.
Yep, that's right.
We're gonna have ones working in the just straight pit and field and stuff, and then we're gonna have the ones that carrying the gold for us.
Yep.
Then we're gonna have the concubines inside. Some of them, a lot of them ugly them ugly women, they gonna be in the field. I ain't gonna let no ugly woman inside my precinct. Please. Nah.
Please what?
Yeah. Get back out there, you old ass.
Back out there.
You know, make her look old and shit at a young age. She's only 18 years old. You made her a old woman. Yeah, get back out there. You know?
Yeah, shit.
We're gonna have spiritual power, right? Gonna make them look jacked up, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was it on that.
And you know, you're gonna have the ones that's born like that. They're gonna be make me beautiful. I just want to be beautiful like that. You might have to do something. All right, you know. Go ahead. That's the kind of power that the men of the Lord are gonna have. Man. Extraterrestrial, man. But we got to go through this Jacob's trouble. We got to go through these tests. You know, and that's Most High tests us on that about how we're gonna react when those things come, because it's when you got stuff, when you got good stability, you got good financial state, you got protection. They got gun laws open to carry. Jake feel good with his guns and all that. But when you taken away from that, might not be at your house. You might be in another state when this stuff go down, and you ain't with you can't get to your guns and all that. So Most High is really testing your mind and your spirit about things, how you are when you don't have it. That's the whole trial of this thing, man. Go ahead. Yeah, that was yeah. But yeah, we can get a couple more, man. Let you get ready, you know. Because I have one about it's another one about sleep. I know it's on a little fold in their hands and little sleep, man, should come to poverty. And it's really, poverty don't have to really be just, it ain't relating to no finances. This is relating to your state. You know, if you don't, like, this is the labor of love, a labor of work, to where this is the benefit of your spirit in those days. Now, as one shall be stimulated times. So we're watching, we're up. We don't want to go to sleep because we don't want to wake up and not be ready. Like, oh, you know. And we ain't talking about like getting a nice rest sleep and then, you know, the authorities come at your door and, hey, wake up, because they might attack a lot of jakes like that. Yeah. They got tactics like that. You in your drawers and shit. You know, they want to catch you in a vulnerable position. But you gotta still be strong and have faith. You know, they belittle you and what they call it, they intimidate you in their places, their precincts and all that. They tell you strip naked, take off you got your boot tops. Remember it said the Most High made I think there was the Philistines, I think, or they were ashamed because every man had his boot top showing, you know what I'm saying? Which is a shameful thing. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, so yeah, you could be put in some very shameful situations with these devils, them coming as a force against you, but you still got to be strong and believe in the Most High and have faith, you know. Mm-hmm. You know, the intimidation of the courts. Like, you are a domestic terrorist, you have committed crimes against cyber crimes and this kind of crime against the American government by saying this place is going to be destroyed. How do you plead? You know, they might start to bring that type of stuff against us. You got to believe in the Most High. You can't be like, nah, that was all a lie, man. You know what I'm saying? Your mind has to believe that this is the truth. If it don't, you're doomed. You know. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's a fearful thing, man. Like all this time, and then you say, nah, that he ain't real. He ain't coming. I'm going with the system. Most High forbid that's any of us. Man. Go ahead.
Revelation 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Yeah. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments.
Yeah, your spiritual garment, your spiritual crown. Don't let nobody take it and keep it. Like it's kind of like reminds me of the days of Moses when Most High said, "Keep the commandments, keep the Sabbath holy, keep these things dear to thy heart, near to thy mind, so the spirit won't depart from you." Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Lest he walk naked.
Lest he walk naked. Go ahead.
And they see his shame.
And that's a terrible thing.
Yep. That naked is, like Shaquan said, is spiritual. Mm-hmm. Not having to understand this doctrine. Yeah. And this is just before Jacob's trouble. Mm-hmm. You want to have them garments on, man. Mm-hmm. Verse 16, and he gathered them together into the place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, mm-hmm. which is
go ahead. Mountain of troops, and
yeah,
it means I think it's pronounced in Hebrew Armageddon.
Mm-hmm. God.
But it's the mountain of troops, they always talk about it with this Third World War. It's kind of like a religious suggestion to the end of the end of all wars. Mm-hmm. I think even the Muslims call it jihad or something like that.
God.
But yeah, it's the last war, but the war, the mountain of troops. So it's going to be troops gathered in every place around the world.
God.
And Jehoshaphat, of course, our Shabbat, judgment's going to take place, so-called Middle East. But Most High is keeping that hot for what's going to happen there. But America's going to be destroyed, so Most High we don't really say nothing about this place, but the prophecy for it to go down. Mm-hmm. But over there is where things are going to take place. Even the rulership, when we come back down, like we said, to rule, and these elites put them in slavery, and these other nations to bow down and keep the commandments. That's going to happen all over there.
Yeah.
So this America is not left, but the dream is becoming a nightmare and going to be basically to where it ain't no more dreams are going to be here. Because that's what a lot of our people like to do. They like to dream here in America. American dream. What's his name? He's a comedian. Damn. I might not even think of it. Not Bill Burr, but the other one. He said it's called American Dream because you gotta be sleeping, believe it. Mm-hmm. Carlton or something like that. George Carlton, I think. But that's what it is. Our people are asleep. Then it says there's a sleep of death. Get that right quick. So you could be awake, but you could be asleep in the spirit, like you're dead. You're basically dead. Him that runneth out the way of the understanding, the man in the congregation of the dead. So why wake a sleeping person of death? Why you can't wake him up because he's dead. He doesn't, he can't hear you.
This is Psalm 13, verse 3. Consider and hear me, O Lord, my power. Mm-hmm. Lighten mine eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death.
Sleep of death. Lighten my eyes with what the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding sees. Mm-hmm. What you giving your angels see, your elect to see. Lighten my eyes with that same knowledge, wisdom, understanding. We want to see clearly these things are done, so we can discern them and escape from what's bad of it. Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Lest sleep of death. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 4. Lest mine enemies say I have prevailed against him, mm-hmm. and those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved.
Yeah. And just like we said, a drunkard, the Native Americans, that's how they pulled a war tactic on the Native Americans. They would get them drunk or offer them liquor, and then they would drink in the nighttime or whatever. Mm-hmm. week time, whatever, weekend, whatever. Wasn't no such thing on think it's weekend. But they would then they would attack them when they're drunk or been drinking because they know that you're not stable. So the same thing with sleep. You know, Tupac said he was trying to kill me in my sleep. You know, like you wake up, and that's how a lot of women wake up to their predators. You know, they creeping around. I mean, breaking the house, and they wake up to sometimes their own husband choke them. You know, that's that carnal worldly stuff. We don't get down like that. We don't hate our wife. We don't hate our brethren. So anything outside of this ministry and that type of mind state is you heading for destruction. Yeah. And the fear of things that's going to come and rattle and shake this world up. You know, all them mob figures and tough dudes, they out there too. They're going to fall too. They're going to be subject to these elements too. So that's what we're saying, prepare for the time. We're blowing a horn and it's blowing a alert. It's blowing a sound of urgency out on the highways and byways. So I think that's it. It's probably another, you know, like even Yahweh Shai said that maiden, when they thought she was dead, he said she's asleep. So sleep is likened to death. But our people, you know, don't know that. It says even, I think those that sleep in Yahweh Shai, something to that effect. So, you know, you want to make sure you're awake at these times. Sometimes they call it too woke. You can't be too woke, man. You either awake or asleep, man. You know? So we're just telling you, man, the nightmare is going to be, it's going to be on it. It's going to be on and on till the Most High clear this thing up. You know, so you can get right or get left by them chariots. You know what I'm saying? You want the Most High to sup with you through Yahweh Shai and the brethren. You want to be in a good case with him when the time comes. You know? Go ahead, you know, we'll close out, man. You know? And you know, you can look at some other scriptures, you know, about sleep. You know, it's not good to sleep much. It's not good to sleep in the spirit at all. With a watchman, stay awake, watch the news, watch GMS, watch the prophets, watch the times, measure diligently, and see what happens. 2026, year of aposties, agents, and sellouts. And even with that, it could be some crazy stuff, even with that, those matters. But when you sell out, you start doing some crazy ass shit. Even for that MOTB, you start doing some crazy ass stuff. You know? That's why these celebrities are so bugged out. They did some crazy stuff. I don't want to be insane, you know what I'm saying? I want to be, people talking about, I'm insane, motherfucker. You don't want to be insane. Go ahead, that's it. You know? Yeah, so Most High will. It was edifying, man. To the next video, you know, next time we out there, you know, giving all praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash. The Wadi Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash. Love honors to the apostle, elders, the great millstone. My citation to the brothers, teach the word for the hopeful elect. Soon to be elect on Most High will, to the hopeful extended elect, the multitude shalom. Blessings, men, women, and children. Most High will we survive, make it to the very end.
Shalom.
Nobody on the clean boy.
No, it was yeah, Bahiyar.
Okay. Brother Bahiyar, shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Few sisters or something.
I gotta go.